So welcome back. Our pots have fully dried. Got the small one that we made, and then we got this big jar here. And so we're going to start with the primary fire to warm up these pots. And the purpose of preheating the vessels prior to sticking them into the fire is to evaporate any residual moisture and to bring them up to the proper temperature so they don't crack due to thermal stress cracking from just being placed into the fire right away. The wood that we're using is juniper. Now, juniper is a very resinous wood. A lot of folks will tell me that it's not the best wood to use for firing because it'll leave black marks in the pottery. But if you get your temperatures high enough, the resin will burn out. But anyway, so Jeff and I are going to make fire the traditional way with the hand drill to start our fire. That'll be it. Definitely, I can feel that friction.
One more go. Oh, that's good. Yeah. I think we got it. Should I lift up?
Please see that. Oh, that's totally it. Yep. Let that smolder.
You got it.
Okay. Ooh, that's burns. That burns. That burns. There you go. Yeah. Get that down on the fire lay. There we go. Get it in there. These are important. Fire. I've broken too many pots by lifting the pots up and them just like dropping because they're so hot. Oh. Hot business, man.
You know, one interesting thing about this video is when we made the physical pot itself, we made it very close to an ancient pueblo, and most likely a pot hasn't been made there for years and years, probably hundreds of years. And the interesting thing about this site is there's actually a pueblo not too far from here. So the history in this area is incredibly rich.
Especially when following a tradition, a prehistoric ceramic tradition that was used around here hundreds of years ago, and using the same clays that we dig from this area and firing in the traditional methods. It's really cool. So as this primary fire is heated up and plenty of wood is stacked on top, we're going to push these pots a lot closer in, and flames are licking the pot a little tiny bit. We're just going to rotate them around the fire and ensure that every part of the pot has been warmed up sufficiently But this is only the first stage of the warming process. There's another one that we'll get into here in a little bit. But this is what you do initially. And you have to just watch as the flame grows and, you know, ensure that the pots don't prematurely lick the flames. But they're at the stage now where they're warm enough where they can kind of start doing that. So our primary fire is burned down. And our next step, once we have our coals and our ashes, mostly ashes, we're going to spread them into a circular formation. And then we're going to take our pots and stick them in the center. This is probably the hottest part of the firing. You're going to feel it. It's really hot. And even at this stage, we don't want any coals to touch the pots yet. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, some of these pieces are already catching. So the pots have heated up enough, and this has a kind of a narrow window of opportunity here for us. So we're going to slowly start to separate these just a little bit further away, and then we're going to start to stack our juniper poles in a teepee fashion around the pots. And you want to leave some space in between the poles because you want plenty of oxygen to be flowing through here because we're firing this in an oxidation environment, which will bring forth the red color because the iron and the clay will oxidize. Alright, one log is already starting to catch. So we gotta be quick here.
Yep.
Get more on this side.
And here's the fun part. Watching it go up.
Yeah. We're not out of the woods yet. No pops or explosions yet. Pots are looking good. Give it some more time. So the fire has died down mostly. It's still glowing orange in here. And we're just gonna leave it alone. I don't want to touch it. I don't really want to be that impatient. You learn very quickly being a potter and doing fire rings that if you're really impatient, you'll have a lot of cracked pottery. If I took it out of the fire right now, I'd suspect that it would crack due to thermal stress cracking. So we're just gonna leave it in here, let these coals kind of burn down even more inside here. But we can already hear a nice ring. So,
and one thing about that is when you hear it, you'll hear it's nice and bright. It's nice and vibrant. That's a good sign. That's a really good sign with these pots.
Yep. So we're just gonna let this sit, and it's not entirely even done yet. So we're just gonna let it sit in this heat, finish completely, cool down entirely, and then we're gonna unearth this and check out how the fire painted our pottery. So the fire's cooled down quite a bit. It's still pretty hot, but we're gonna take out. I'm gonna leave that big one in there for a little bit longer, but we'll take out this small one. Hear that ring?
That sounds really good.
Yeah. That one came out beautiful as well. Yeah, everything came out. Nope. Everything's good. So overall, this has been a very, very successful pottery firing. I'm really pleased with the results. I like the cool fire clouding here on this big Oya, and some of the cool fire clouds in that small jar as well. And it's been a nice, relaxing day here firing pottery out in nature.
And one last thing that I want to add is you can absolutely see the colors come out in these pots once they're complete. It completely changes and it is absolutely gorgeous.
Yep.
So with that, folks, I do appreciate you joining me for this video series. I'm Jeff with PrimitiveLifeways.com.
And I'm Kiowa Sage with PrimitiveLifeways.com.
And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.